Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about aspects of the self and how to love them. We are each a sum of many parts. Some of these parts are very separate from each other, and some of them are very integrated into each other. Others may perceive, or we may perceive within ourselves, only parts of our totality, and upon this we may be judged, we might be judging ourselves. However, it's no one's place to judge. We should not judge others, but more importantly, we should not be judging ourselves. And it is possible to craft yourself without judgment. First, we're going to talk about the mind. Mental capacity, individual perspective, and personality are all different parts of this. So your mental capacity. IQ is only one way of measuring intelligence. Your learning style, so you might have more of an auditory, more of a visual. You might go more on physical cues when it comes to learning. These all play an individualized role in how you learn and how you best retain information. When you're able to tap into what learning cues work the best for you, the way information is gained and retained will become more specialized to you. Of course, we cannot always put ourselves into situations which are optimized for our personal learning style. But when we understand our learning cues, we are better able to capitalize upon opportunities to learn. Everyone has a unique skill set. Your intelligence may present very differently from another person. Where your skill sets overlap is how we are able to integrate together as a society. Being able to recognize the skills of others, whether immediately or as your relationship unfolds over time, will improve your ability to connect to others. Your perspective. So your individual skill set dovetails into your perspective. Each person's perspective will differ, and each perspective will bring enlightenment to different issues which should be shared and explored. Perspective is the lens and speaker through which we each see and hear the world. As external information is filtered through our consciousness, we may then act as a mirror for the world around us. How does perspective differ from opinion? Opinions are usually not as fact-based as perspective and have less to do with our lived experiences, which is why opinion is much more laced with fallacy. No other person or entity will be as equipped to present your perspective as you are, but other people or entities can help you gain a platform which can contribute to your personal agency. Now we're going to talk about personality. Core concepts will sit as the premise of your personality. This may be intentional, but often happens unintentionally. When you are not taking agency over the core of your personality, often our baser desires take over: greed, lust, jealousy, and other emotional triggers. Your personality can absolutely be cultivated into what you wish to present externally. Examine your own personal motivations. Are you motivated by baser drives, or do you take a more altruistic approach? What is your default response? Is it based in anger, or is it based in compassion? Choosing how you would like to frame your responses to stimuli ahead of time will craft your personality into what you would like to present to those around you. Next, we're going to talk about the body. What you see in the mirror versus your physical experience may be very different. Compounding our lived physical experiences is the way in which society interacts with our physical forms. This includes things like clothing sizes, dietary options, seat belts, door frames, basically anything designed to be used by the human body. Our interactions with the physical world around us may lead to many different kinds of dysmorphia, especially where it comes to clothing sizing and the design of clothing. For example, I love the way that my shoulders look. I think that they fit very well with my overall frame. But most women's clothing is not designed in a way that fits my shoulder. Grocery shopping for somebody who's around 5 feet tall. Many things are inaccessible. You have to get help getting things from the higher shelves. These are non-visible factors of our physical form. A lot of this is predicated upon how our surroundings are designed. So it doesn't have as much to do with the appearance of our physical form as it does the function of the physical form. That's what I mean by non-visible. We will inevitably hold some opinion or feeling about the visual aspects of our physical form. Likewise, those around us have a tendency to ascribe initial value to us based on our physical attributes. As we are unable to see ourselves in totality as others see us, there's also a tendency to view our bodies as a conglomeration of parts which could be potentially changed out for different components. The true visual beauty of the physical form is not in the parts nor in the whole, but in the appreciation. Everything should not be homogeneous. We should appreciate variety and novelty in its splendor, not crave what everyone else seems to have. Of course, appreciating one's own physical appearance is much easier if we do not feel physically at odds with our environments. At the basis of dysmorphia is our mental concept of the self being at odds with what is present on the physical plane. Finally, we're going to talk about the soul or spirit. Our soul is what glues our psyche to our physical form. It forms the nexus of that conjunction. The spirit defines our consciousness, our sentience. The spirit is also our connection to divinity. It links us to each other by varying degrees. This gives us a unique opportunity to form a set of boundaries based on feeling and separate from tangible stimuli. Our perceptions of the spiritual world may expand or contract. Each individual will have a different relationship with these phenomena, such that the phenomena themselves may be documented, but that each individual's experience with that phenomenon may be radically different. I cannot actually see the airplanes that have been flying overhead. The cloud cover, I think, is so low that they are above it and I can't see them, but I keep looking up expecting to be able to see them flying directly overhead, and I can't see them. One may choose to shut down those extrasensory connections. Sometimes one's interactions with the spiritual plane may expand outside the realm of individual control. In these times, we must surrender to the divinity of Christ, the Savior, for protection and strength. Any other surrender leaves us vulnerable to demonic interference. Some are able to control these gifts better than others. This also cannot be taken as a value judgment of one's character. Everybody's journey is different. Sometimes you can be very much in control of your spiritual surroundings, and other times you really cannot. And sometimes that has to do with actions that we've taken, but other times you just find yourself in situations that you didn't plan for. And it might not have anything to do at all with anything that you've done, other than just living your life and trying your best to get through it. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And until next time, remember that little sister loves you very much.